Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Queensborough Community College's annual Honors Convocation. I am Dr. Clara Weinger, Faculty Leader Fellow for the Office of Academic Affairs, and it's my pleasure and honor to serve as Master of Ceremonies for this important event. To begin, please allow me to introduce the college administrators, faculty, and sponsors comprising the stage party for tonight's awards event. I ask that you please hold your applause until all have been introduced. Dr. Eduardo Marti, President of Queensborough Community College. Dr. Diane Cole, Vice President for Finance and Administration. Ms. Rosemary Zins, Vice President for Institutional Advancement. Ms. Ellen Hardigan, Vice President for Student Affairs. Dr. Paul Jean-Pierre, Associate Dean for Student Affairs. Dr. Arthur Corradetti, Associate Dean for Academic Affairs. Mr. William Faulkner, Assistant Dean for Business and Finance. Ms. Michelle Cuomo, Assistant Dean for Academic Affairs. Dr. Paul Marchesi, Assistant Dean for Academic Affairs. Ms. Liza Larios, Assistant Dean of Human Resources and Labor Relations. Ms. Denise Ward, Assistant Dean of Continuing Education and Workforce Development. Professor Robert Rogers, Chairperson of Art and Design. Dr. Helene Dunkelblau, Assistant Professor of Basic Educational Skills. Dr. Patricia Schneider, Professor of Biological Science and Geology. Dr. Jonas Falick, Business Department. Professor Angela Pulakitos, Instructor of Business. Dr. Paris Veronis, Department of Chemistry. Dr. Ermengarde Carl, Professor Emerita of Chemistry, former Associate Dean of Academic Affairs, and sponsor of the Dr. Ermengarde F. Carl Excellence Award for Introductory College Chemistry. Thank you. Professor Stuart Asser, Chairperson of Department of Electrical and Computer Engineering Technology. Dr. Susan Jacobowitz, Assistant Professor of English. Dr. Antonella Ansani, Chairperson of Foreign Languages and Literature. Dr. Jenny Man Lin, Assistant Professor of Foreign Languages and Literature. Dr. Aranzazu Borrachero, Assistant Professor of Foreign Languages and Literatures, and sponsor of the Service Learning Leader Award and Excellence in Service Learning. Thank you. Dr. Aaron Crack, Chairperson, Health, Physical Education, and Dance. Dr. Gilmar Visoni, Chairperson of History. Dr. Emily Tai, Associate Professor of History. Professor Jean Galvin, Chief Librarian. Professor Howard Sporn, Lecturer of Mathematics and Computer Science. Dr. James Valentino, Chairperson, Mechanical Engineering Technology and Design Drafting. Dr. Kip Montgomery, Chairperson of Music. Dr. Joanna Chung Chang, Assistant Professor of Music. Professor Anne-Marie Menendez, Chairperson, Nursing Department. Dr. David Lieberman, Chairperson, Physics. Mr. Ben Ami Fryer, Director for Services for Students with Disabilities. Dr. Pellegrino Manfra, Professor of Social Sciences. Professor Diane Carey, Lecturer, Speech Communication and Theater Arts. Ms. Cheryl Levine, President of the Queensborough Alumni Association. Ms. Diane Stevenson, representative of the Queens County chapter of the International Association of Administrative Professionals. For all of our sponsors, a very special thank you for choosing Queensborough Community College, for your support, for making this event happen, and for helping our students reach greater heights. And a very gracious thank you to our administration, including Carol Lamont, for whom we are most indebted, Olga Salamanca, Bertha Sigdorian, Bonnie Cook, and the tutors of the Campus Learning Center, and our help in the Office of Academic Affairs, who are all walking around here tonight making sure this event is a memorable one for all of you. It is now my pleasure to invite to the podium, for the purpose of making welcome remarks, the President of Queensborough Community College, Dr. Eduardo Marti.
And welcome. What a night, huh? Might not be so nice outside, but boy, the sun is shining, the moon is out inside of this hall. Thank you all for being here. Thank you to the many donors and many sponsors of this important event. It is through your generosity that we are able to provide the awards that are being granted tonight. For every one of the students that are going to be called up and given an award, for every one of those students, there's somebody behind. There's somebody who's saying, I believe in Queensborough enough to give. I believe in the department enough to give. I believe in the students of Queensborough enough to give. So thank you, and thank you again. I would not be doing what I need to do without telling you how important this night is. The fact of the matter is that tonight we're recognizing academic excellence. Academic excellence in a very rigorous college. You saw, as we were presenting the faculty and the administration of this college, and there was a question mark that was coming through my brain as we were saying this. Is there a doctor in the house? The education that these students are getting and have gotten is of the utmost quality. The curriculum of this college is rigorous. The curriculum of this college is difficult. And among you, and in every one of you, there is a story of courage, a story of perseverance, a story of going against the odds. And I think some of the students can understand what I'm saying. When that guidance counselor told you in high school, oh, better get a job, you said, no, I'm going to go on to college. And then you enter Queensborough Community College, and you thought of yourselves as saying, oh, well, maybe I really don't belong here. And the obstacles began to mount. I mean, I see some of the faces nodding because I think that I know that feeling. But you persevered and you worked hard. It wasn't given to you. The marks that you got, the papers that you handed in and got A's in, all were yours. And you surpassed a great deal in order to get here. I also need to say that among you in the audience, members of the family, significant others, you are also part of tonight because you contributed to the achievements of these students. In one way or another, you provided the encouragement that was so very necessary at that particular time when that student was saying, I don't need to do this. You see, higher education is not mandatory. Higher education is an option. And students at any point in their lives can say, oh my God, this is too much for me. I need to do something else. I just had a kid. I have to take care of my kid. I can't possibly do this. But somehow, somewhere, you as significant others, somehow you told them, go on, keep going. You may have said it. You may have done it through your actions. You may have provided support. But somewhere along the line, this achievement is part of your effort as well. So students, please join me in thanking your significant others for the help that they have given you. And now to the students. You hear a lot of stuff going on in the news about the economy. You hear people who have lost fortunes, not just in the stock market, but because of their own sometimes greed, sometimes not understanding and not doing the appropriate research. You have heard a lot about people taking advantage of people who perhaps did not know what they were doing. And there's no question about it. We are in difficult times, and we all know it. Everybody is sort of concerned about what lies ahead. I can tell you that there are many people, and perhaps some of you in this audience, who had plans to retire and suddenly looked at their 401ks and said, oh my God, I better keep working. All right? Are there anybody like that in the house? There you go. You were going to retire this year? Good for you. But the fact of the matter is that students, what you have learned at this college can never be taken away from you. As you can tell probably from my accent, I wasn't born in Bayside, New York. And I learned a very important lesson at the age of 19, when everything that I had seen, known, aspired to was removed in one day, and that was in Cuba in 1959. And I was on the wrong side of the track, so to speak, and that meant that everything was gone. So the life that my parents had built, the aspirations that they had for me, were all gone. And suddenly I found myself poor, I found myself alone, I found myself in a very strange city called New York City, not knowing anybody. But one thing that I kept with me, and one thing that my parents taught me, was that the knowledge that you have can never be taken away from you. So what we celebrate tonight is not so much the marks, the achievements. What we really celebrate is the fact that you have learned, and you have learned in a college that is not just giving you skills to do a job. You have learned in a college that enables you to understand the human condition. Let me repeat that. You are celebrating tonight the fact that you have learned in a college that enables you to understand the human condition. And if you permit me 2 more minutes of being here, I know that the time is passing, and somebody's already pulling at my skirts here. But let's talk and think about what that means. Understanding the human condition is understanding who you are in this world that surrounds you, and understanding who the other people are in this world that surrounds you. Is to understand what it means to be understanding, to understand what it means to interact with others, to understand how you can communicate with others, to understand how you can, in fact, be a leader with others. It's not about the skills. Whatever you have learned here, except the nurses, but whatever you have learned here, you have learned one thing, and one thing only. You know how to get the information. Because if somebody asks you, if somebody gives you that math placement exam that you had to take 40 years from now, believe you me, you're going to be in remediation. Right? What you know and what you're learning is how to get the information. But what you really are learning is how to interact with other people. Your historical context, your critical thinking, your aesthetic appreciation. So I welcome you, those of you who are leaving, to the society of learned people. And I urge those of you who are staying to keep learning about the human condition, because really that is what it's all about. Please celebrate your accomplishments today. Please accept my personal congratulations. And on behalf of the college, let me extend to you and to yours felicitations. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Marti. We will now move ahead with the conferring of departmental and special individual honors. I call the audience's attention to the fact that detailed descriptions of awards being presented this evening are printed in the program. And now I invite the award recipients to come forward to receive awards at the direction of the ushers. We are honored to have Dean Cuomo help us with the conferring of departmental and special awards.
Thank you, Dr. Weingart. I am honored to be here on this joyous occasion. I will first be announcing the departmental awards, followed by the alumni and special awards. You can come up. Professor Robert Rogers, Chair of Art and Photography, will present the Outstanding Achievement in Art Award to Carolina Cardona. You can come on down. Let's keep moving. Next person. Come, bring him. There, right? Out of order? Okay. Dr. Patricia Schneider will present the Biological Sciences and Geology Department Awards. Okay. The award for excellence in the biological sciences is presented to Christina Dewan and Sheila Jean Charles. Okay, go ahead. In front. Okay. The award for excellence in medical office assistant certificate program is presented to Danpati Nareen. The Dr. Tracy Gaines Jeffries Health Science Award is presented to Dorothy Io. Tell them to come up. Tell them to come up. Come up. The Dr. Edith Lee and Herbert Schnall Endowed Scholarship is presented to Thomas Kim. Next, Dr. Helene Dunkelblau and Dr. Jonas Falek will present the next award to Zhu Ying Yang. She will be presented with 3 awards this evening. Dr. Dunkelblau will present Zhu Ying Yang with the Basic Skills Achievement Award, and Dr. Falek will present Zhu Ying Yang with the Academic Excellence in Business Administration Award Transfer Program, and the Dr. Sidney J. White Memorial Scholarship Award. Dr. Falek will present the remainder of the Business Departmental Awards with Dr. Angela Poulikides, Instructor of Business. The Department of Business Award for Academic Excellence in Accounting is presented to Xiao Liu. The award for Academic Excellence in Computer Information Systems is presented to Catherine Shum. The award for Academic Excellence in Management is presented to Thomas Wang. The award for Academic Excellence in Office Administration and Technology is presented to Sabrina Brown. Grace Duran is being presented with 2 awards this evening. The Eva Bobrow Incentive Award is for excellence by an evening graduating business student who has achieved an outstanding overall grade point average in one of the 4 associate and applied science programs. Grace receives this award in Office Administration and Technology. Grace also is being presented the Helen Krisman Memorial Award for Excellence in Office Administration and Technology Studies by a participant in the Basic Educational Skills Program. The Eva Bobro Incentive Award for Excellence in Accounting is awarded to Shazida Hack. Shaniza Khan is recognized with 2 awards this evening, the Doris Katz Memorial Scholarship Award, and the New York State Society of Certified Public Accountants presented to a graduating student with the highest grade point average in accounting courses. The Marion Mishlow Memorial Scholarship Award is presented to Illuminata Good. Ms. Diane Stevenson will present the Queens County Chapter International Association of Administrative Professionals Award in honor of Lorraine Enginito to an outstanding business student in the Office Administration and Technology program, and that is awarded to Antoinette David. The Roberta Rosenbaum Memorial Scholarship Award to an outstanding and persevering graduating woman student in a business program who has been an active member of the college and loyal community is presented to Evelyn Moya. The Henry Winkler Scholarship Award presented to an outstanding graduating accounting or business administration student who is transferring to Baruch College to continue studies in accounting goes to Laura Szymanski. Dr. Irmgard Karl and Dr. Paris Voronas will present the next awards. Q. Ree Lee will receive 2 awards this evening. The Irmgard F. Karl Award for Excellence in Introductory College Chemistry is being presented by Dr. Karl herself. And Dr. Paris Voronos, Chair of Chemistry, is presenting Q. Ree Lee with the Paris Voronos Scholarship Award. The remaining Department of Chemistry awards will be presented by Dr. Paris Voronos. The Anatol Mankot Scholarship Award is presented to Christine Casas. Daniel Sengabanwo is receiving 3 awards this evening. The Anatol Mankot Scholarship Award and the Belvedere Mankot Award for Excellence in Undergraduate Research is presented by Dr. Svoronos. Vice President of Student Affairs, Ms. Ellen Hardigan, will present the Ray Ricketts Memorial Award to a returning student who exhibits exceptional scholarship and leadership capabilities. Tia Chang receives 3 awards tonight. The Rose Mancott Award for the highest grade point average in General Chemistry 1 and 2. The Belvedere Mancott Award for Excellence in Undergraduate Research, as well as the Math and Computer Science Award presented by Professor Howard Sporn. Yunchul Kim receives 5 awards tonight. Dr. Svoronas will present Yunchul Kim with the Edward Sarlo Award for Excellence in Organic Chemistry, the Paris Voronos Scholarship Award, the Walter Zozelin Memorial Award, and the Belvedere Mancott Award for Excellence in Undergraduate Research. Dr. Emily Tai, Associate Professor of History, will present Yunchul Kim with a certificate for his participation in the All-American Academic Team. Rana Said receives 3 awards this evening. The Taylor and Francis Press Award for Excellence in General Chemistry, the Walter Zozelin Memorial Award, and the Belvedere Mancott Award for Excellence in Undergraduate Research. The Jamie Lee Rizzo Award for a research student transferring to Queens College is presented to Prakash Prasad. The Frank S. Rudo Award for Excellence in Chemistry and the Environment is presented to Lily Tao. Renata Zelichowski is also being presented with the Frank S. Rudo Award this evening. Chi Kwan Wong is receiving 2 awards this evening. The Edward Sarlo Award for Excellence in Organic Chemistry is awarded to Chi Kwan Wong, as well as the Belvedere Mancott Award for Excellence in Undergraduate Research. Eva Marie Santos Tejada is receiving 2 awards this year. The CUNY Leadership Award, presented to students who have displayed outstanding leadership within the college community in activities that are academic and service-related, is presented to Eva by Dr. Paul Jean-Pierre, Associate Dean of Students. And Dr. Savoronos is presenting Eva with the Belvedere Mancott Award for Excellence in Undergraduate Research. 3 of our honorees are receiving the same 2 awards this evening. The National Science Foundation New York City Alliance for Minority Participation Research Assistant Awards will be presented by Dr. Paul Marchese, Assistant Dean of Academic Operations, and the Belvedere Mancott Award for Excellence in Undergraduate Research will be presented by Dr. Savoronos, each to Samantha Borsiquat, Carolina Chavez, and Firmhouse Payen. The Belvedere Mancott Award for Excellence in Undergraduate Research is being presented to the following students by Dr. Savoronos: Teresa Mbukin, Christina Badal, Byung Bai, Imane Elmando, Junior Gonzalez, Wada Gunaid, Ngai Hin Lo, Tayaba Nassar, Tur Nouri, Crystal Park, Parsa Sharifi, Gurpreet Singh, and Ranjina Wali. The Department of Electrical and Computer Engineering Technology Awards will be presented by Professor Stuart Asser, Chair of the Department. Gladys Yuka will receive 2 awards this evening, the Joseph B. Idola Award and the New York State Engineering Technology Association Award. Edmund Williams will receive 2 awards this evening, the Joseph B. Idola Award and the Granger Scholarship Award. The Miro Brungnack Memorial Award is being presented to Jonathan Jackson. Electrical and Computer Engineering Technology Department Awards for students with the highest grade point average who have also contributed to the college and the department is presented to Anthony Rosario. The Martin J. Horowitz Memorial Award are presented to Baiva Kumar and Manit Singh. The Louis Nashelsky Award is presented to Menachem Goldenberg. 3 students will be presented with the Pasquale Savares Award this evening: Niraj Gupta, Richard Ng, and Jose Sanchez. The Underwriters Lab Award is presented to Ramdeo Singh. The Department of English Awards will be presented by Dr. Susan Jacobowitz, Associate Professor of English. The Dr. Arnold Azrelsky Awards for Academic Excellence by an evening student are presented to 3 students this evening: Denise Doherty, Victor Pena, and John Taddeo. The Robert D. Crozier Awards for Outstanding Achievement in Literature and Writing are presented to Fatima Ali, Kayla Berenson, and Esther Lee. The Hetty Jacobowitz Memorial Award for Outstanding Journalism and Nonfiction Writing are presented to Justine Bermisa, Justine Farrell, Yevgenia Groisman, Melissa Stout, and Yasmin Yaya. The Reginald and Eileen Keiss Awards for Outstanding Achievement in Literature and Writing are presented to Adi James and Jillian Lastra. The Juan Otero Awards for Best Essay Written in English 101 are presented to Kevin Bautista, Randy Farsier, and Allison Rivera. The Juan Otero Award Honorable Mention is presented to Ariane Barnes. The Tony Pippolo Award for Excellence in Film and Literature is presented to Latrice Jones. The Carolyn B. Raphael Award for a student who started by taking a Basic Skills ESL class is presented to both Indira Figuerea and Rocio Zamora. The Herbert Seitz Award is presented to Andre Hall. The Smithline Trefman Award for Outstanding Achievement in Literature and Writing is presented to Young Choi. The Dr. Harold Stollerman Award for Excellence in English is presented to Julia Costa. The Department of Foreign Languages and Literatures Awards are presented by Dr. Antonella Ansani, Chair of the Department. The Award for Excellence in Hebrew is presented to Avraham Davidoff. Shirley Aslan Juri is receiving 2 awards this evening. The Award for Excellence in Spanish, presented by Dr. Ansani, and the Chun Chik Hong Memorial Scholarship Award, presented by Dr. Pellegrino Manfra, Professor of Social Sciences. The Award for Excellence in the Study of Multiple Languages is presented to An Yu Jin Kim. An Yu Jin Kim studied and excelled in 4 languages: French, Italian, German, and Spanish. The Robert Davis Memorial Fund Award for Excellence in French is presented to Yan Liu. The Lorenzo Giorgio Memorial Award for Excellence in Italian is presented to Ruth Eichiker. The Department of Health, Physical Education, and Dance Awards will be presented by Dr. Aaron Crack, Chair of the Department. The Outstanding Athlete Award for a Female is presented to Zenkonia Bethea. The Outstanding Athlete Award for a Male is presented to Adrian Davis and Corey Falconer. The Joanne Blumen Scholar Athlete Award is presented to an outstanding student athlete that has demonstrated sportsmanship, inner strength, and persistence. The recipient is Yadira Bernal. The Carol J. Bozick Sportsmanship and Humanitarian Award is presented to a student who has demonstrated an exceptional degree of sportsmanship during her participation on teams, and Jennifer Green is its recipient. The Frank Egan Service Leadership Participation Award tonight is presented to Brian Myers. The Mary Jean Arario Scholarship is presented to a female who excels in athletics and whose qualities of character and leadership exemplify the highest ideals of sports. The recipient is Rachel Babaroom. The Evelyn Carlin Award is presented to a student dancer returning to the dance workshop, and Tatiana Hatcher is the recipient. Victor Gonzalez is the recipient of the Robert F. Kennedy Award. Tamika Phil is the recipient of the Muriel Mannings Award, presented to a dancer with great potential with a strong belief that dance can be a force for strengthening cultural understanding in the world. Caslan Cato is the recipient of the Steve Weingart Scholar Athlete Award, presented to a student with an excellent grade point average and who demonstrates leadership and character. The Department of History Awards will be presented by Dr. Gilmar Visoni, Chair of the Department. The Fred Greenbaum History Scholarship Award is presented to Susan Jones. The John Menegolt Memorial Scholarship Award is presented to Narima Prashad. The Sheila S. Polishuk History Scholarship Award is presented to Tarek Robin. Special thanks to Sheila Polishuk, who has joined us this evening for this scholarship. The Department of Mathematics and Computer Science Awards will be presented by Howard Sporn, Instructor of Mathematics. The Sidney Arak Award is presented to Yishui He. The Alan Barnes Award is presented to Sung Won Lee. The Anthony Baer Award is presented to Valeria Ilazarova. The Sondra Farber Award is presented to Jubaida Ahmed. The Bert Kleinman Award is presented to Dee Luo. The Department of Mechanical Engineering, Technology, and Design Drafting Awards will be presented by Dr. James Valentino, Chair of the Department. Vanessa Castano is the recipient of the CIAID Architecture Award for Outstanding Achievement in Architectural Design, presented to a graduating student who has exhibited the most creative design in the architecture design class. Luis Navarrete is the recipient of the Clive M. Hart Award. Angela Cordero is the recipient of the Harold E. Levinson Award for Excellence in Design Drafting, presented to a graduating student with the highest grade point average and who has shown great potential in the field of design drafting. Yay. The Department of Music Awards will be presented by Dr. Kip Montgomery, Chair of the Department, and Dr. Joanne Chung Chang, Assistant Professor of Music. The Matthew Barbier Memorial Music Scholarship Award recipients are Jajuan Chambers, Toshiyuki Ishigi, Fernando Santiago, George Weissman. Letitia Smith is the recipient of 3 awards this evening: the Chorus Program Award, the Concert Program Award, and the Julius Poman Memorial Scholarship Award. The Curvile Memorial Scholarship is awarded to Joseph Izaguirre and Nelson Gonzalez. The Tatiana Schwarzblatt Memorial Scholarship Award is presented to Caleb Hopkins and Christian Lee. Kunal Singh is receiving 2 awards this evening. The Arthur Werner Memorial Scholarship is presented by Ms. Cheryl Levine, QCC Alumni Association President, in honor of her father, to Kunal Singh. And Dr. Emily Tai, Associate Professor of History, will present Kunal Singh, who is the Lambda Sigma Chair, with an Academic Merit Scholarship. Drs. Montgomery and Chang will present the Music Scholarship Award to Dominique Jones and the Music Scholarship Endowment Award to Rachel Marquez. The Department of Nursing Awards will be presented by Professor Anne-Marie Menendez, Chair of the Department. Charles Kim is receiving 2 nursing awards this evening. Charles is receiving the Nursing Department Award presented to the graduate who has demonstrated outstanding scholarship, who is a skillful practitioner of nursing, and who has demonstrated potential for professional development, as well as the Evening Students Nursing Association Award presented to a student who demonstrates an honest, caring, and assertive approach to patient care. Francine Felice is receiving 2 awards this evening. She is receiving the Day Student Nursing Association Award, and she's the day recipient of the Dorothy Easton Memorial Award presented to graduates who demonstrate high professional standards and ethics, outstanding scholarship, potential for leadership, and intention of pursuing advanced education in the field of nursing. Melinda Moreau is the evening recipient of the Dorothy Easton Memorial Award. The Irene M. Batista Awards are presented to students who best exemplify dedication to the goals of the Student Nursing Association, have unselfish commitments to the care of patients, and exhibit support and empathy for peers. Camille McPherson Howell is the day recipient. Amina Hakim is the evening recipient. The Eva Bobro Nursing Award in memory of Abdul Bowden is presented to a male nursing graduate who exhibits excellent academic performance and high professional standards. The recipient is James Griffin, Jr. The Rose Ann Dykert Memorial Awards are presented to students who demonstrate the qualities of caring, compassion, and dedication to nursing. Kamorley Madden Dolson is the day recipient. Hina Jelani is the evening recipient. Soon Im Lee is receiving the Eberlin Lenahan Nursing Award presented to a student who demonstrates determination and good clinical performance. The Michael Mullen Awards are presented to students who have military or civic service background, have worked through school, show compassion and empathy in a clinical setting. The recipients are Marie Elena Perano and Wanda Lopez. The Helen G. Muller Memorial Awards are presented to nursing graduates who have overcome tremendous obstacles to successfully complete the nursing program. Natalia Gonzalez is the day recipient. Joy Rima is the evening recipient. Miriam M. Okpai is receiving the Nursing Associate Scholarship Award presented to a student who demonstrates dedication to nursing. The James F. Sylvester Memorial Scholarship Awards are presented to students who demonstrate the qualities of caring and compassion. Nankumar Dindyal is the day recipient. Geraldo Diego is the evening recipient. Edward Clark is receiving the Raoul Wallenberg Scholarship Award presented to a Nursing 102 student who has demonstrated a commitment to nursing. The Sylvia Weinstock Stitzel Scholarship Awards presented to Nursing 201 students who demonstrate outstanding scholarship and dedication to the program is presented to Chiol Woong Lee and Anita K. Shal Dwyer. The Department of Physics Awards will be presented by Dr. David Lieberman, Chair of the Department. The Harry Schneider Awards for Excellence in Astronomy are presented to Ding Shin Hu and Yunshu Lung. The Harry Schneider Award for Excellence in Laser and Fiber Optics Technology is presented to George Galliano. The Department of Social Sciences Awards will be presented by Dr. Pellegrino Manfra, Professor of Social Sciences. The Naftali Levi Memorial Scholarship Award is presented to Champion Nichols. Maha Hussein is receiving 2 awards this evening. The Julia Silvers Memorial Scholarship presented by Dr. Manfra, and the Teresa Singer Award presented by Mr. Emil Singer, Vice President of the QCC Alumni Association. The Teresa Singer Award is for a graduating returning student who has completed more than 30 credits with an overall GPA of 3.3 and who is in the dual joint program in liberal arts and sciences and education. The Department of Speech Communication and Theater Arts Awards will be presented by Professor Diane Carey, Instructor of Speech Communication and Theater Arts. The Actors Award for Outstanding Achievement in Acting is presented to Candace Ives. The Beverly Lockwood Memorial Award for Excellence in Theater Arts is presented to Salman Quadri. The Chairperson's Award for Excellence in Scholastic Achievement in Department Activities is presented to Erica Cosentino. Departmental Honors for Exceptional Contribution in the Creation of Department Productions is presented to Leonore Solano. The National Award from the John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts American College Theater Festival for Distinguished Achievement in Ensemble Performance for Jesus Hopped the A-Train is presented to Troy Blackman, Brandon Hayward, Gabriel Hualanca, Truman Lofton, Moses Mello, Julian Montoya, and Lisa Marie Weldon. The Stage Designers Awards for Outstanding Achievement in Stage Design are presented to Alia Fetyani and Cressida Souvenir. The Stagehands Award for Outstanding Achievement in Technical Theater is presented to Justin Diamond. The Stage Managers Award for Outstanding Achievement in Stage Management is presented to Yvette Castillo. The Theater Arts Award for Exceptional Achievement and Involvement in Department Productions is presented to William Hoover. The Alumni Awards will be presented by Ms. Cheryl Levine, President of the QCC Alumni Association. The Department of Art and Design Alumni Award presented to matriculated students who consistently display progress toward their degree and participate in the college and/or community service during the course of their college career. The recipient is Charles Shim. The Eva Bobro Alumni Award to a graduating business student in an associate in applied science degree program is presented to Mitchell Levine. The Eva Bobro Alumni Award to a graduating student in the associate in science business administration program is presented to Donald Pagano. The Alumni Humanity Award established by the College Alumni Association presented to the graduates who are outstanding in providing humanistic nursing care. Sally Ann Brown Edwards is the day recipient. Angela Palandro is the evening recipient. Missien Park is receiving the Alumni Blumenthal Award established by Ruth Blumenthal, a graduate of QCC Nursing Program. The Alumni Bernadette Robo Award presented to graduates who have consistently rendered an outstanding level of performance in the clinical area. Vasiliki Giatis is the day recipient. Shireen Gordon is the evening recipient. The QCC Alumni Association Award is presented this year to Bianca Ariel Demars, a student from the English department who made excellent progress toward her degree. The Department of Speech Communication and Theater Arts Alumni Award is presented to Juliana Huang. Ben Ami Fryer, Director of the Office of Services for Students with Disabilities, will present the next awards on behalf of his office. The Services for Students with Disability Awards in recognition of persistence and outstanding self-advocacy are presented to Monica Cameron, Christopher Ferrier, Gary Moulet, and Christina Rem France. The Sidney Halper Memorial Scholarship Award was established by a former homebound counselor to honor the memory of his father and is given annually to a student with disabilities who exhibits outstanding leadership, community service, or scholarship. This year, the award is presented to Eric Schwemmer. Dr. Paul Jean-Pierre, Associate Dean of Student Affairs, will present the next awards on behalf of Student Affairs. The incentive awards presented to students who demonstrate outstanding academic performance and are working parents are presented to Mariana Fable and Olugbena Kolawol. The CUNY Leadership Award, presented to students who have displayed outstanding leadership within the college community in activities that are academic and service-related, is presented to Anthony Angulo. The Women's Club Award is presented to current students, male or female, who have demonstrated outstanding leadership and service to the college community. This is presented to Melissa Dindial. Dr. Helene Dunkelblau will present the Meredith Young Endowed Award, presented to a single parent who has either started or returned to college, has successfully completed a basic skills writing class, and has completed requirements for a degree. The recipient tonight is Amy Ayala. The National Science Foundation New York City Alliance for Minority Participation Research Assistant Awards will be presented by Dean Paul Marchese. The recipients are Osiris Herciano and Renoir Lynch. The Service Learning Awards will be presented by Dr. Arancha Borrachero, Assistant Professor of Foreign Languages and Literature, and sponsor of the awards. The Service Learning Leader Award is presented to a student who exhibits dedication to the college and promise as a future teacher leader. The recipient is Samantha Aiello. The Excellence in Service Learning Awards are presented to Shaniqua Johnson and Diana Martinez. The Federal Reserve Challenge Team will be presented by Angela Poulikides, Instructor of Business. The team members are Alexandra Gilbert, Rohini Gupta, Richie Hrontik, Kawa Lau, Daniel Liu, Margaret Ashley Valencia, and Hafsa Yakub. The All-USA Academic Team Award is presented by Dr. Emily Tai to Jennifer Severin. The Jake Jagoda Memorial Scholarship is presented by Dr. Gilmar Visoni to Nadia Habib. Anne Marie Ramos is receiving the Alumni Blumenthal Award for an evening student presented to her by Cheryl Levine. I had a very late award this evening. Christine Noble, if you're in the audience, you have won the Queensborough Community College Varsity Dance Workshop, and I will present it to you. The 2009 Honors Scholars Program's recipients have just been named. Under the direction of Dr. Paris Voronos, Chair of Chemistry, the following students have received a 3.4 GPA or higher and accumulated 12 honors credits. Students, if you hear your name, stand and be recognized. Jubaida Ahmed, Teresa Ambuken, Kashima Grant, Nadia Habib, Jian Hun Ham, Laura Ann Herder, Michael Horvath, Nura Lemus, Ki Lee, Michael Lorenz, Hiroshi Okamoto, John Patterson, Rana Said, and Winnie Tsai. Congratulations. Congratulations to all departmental and special awards recipients. We're very proud of you.
I am now pleased to introduce Dean Paul Marchese for the purpose of recognizing students who have been named to the Dean's List.
The academic success that results in being named the Dean's List for one or more semesters is a remarkable achievement. Students who attain this recognition have succeeded in an array of courses and have succeeded with a variety of professors. Their successes have transcended a preferred subject and have almost always included one or more disciplines that are less rather than more favored. Being named to the Dean's List is a remarkable achievement, and it is my distinct honor to have the privilege of conferring this recognition to the Dean's List group. Each Dean's List student received a recognition lapel pin when they arrived today. I invite each of you to wear these recognition pins frequently as a tangible recognition of your achievement and as a personal reminder to motivate you to continue your excellent work, as a means of inspiring your colleague students to aspire to a similar level of achievement. Would the Dean's List students from spring 2009 and fall 2008 semester please rise? Ladies and gentlemen, you have met a standard of excellence in your academic work that places you among a select group of undergraduate students nationwide. On behalf of the faculty of this college, I express my appreciation to your seriousness of study. Members of the audience, please join me in giving a resounding recognition of this excellent work one more time. Congratulations to all of you.
Thank you, Dr. Marchese, for recognizing our Dean's List students. I am now pleased to invite Dean Arthur Corradetti to the podium for the purpose of recognizing this year's initiates into honor societies and special recognition groups.
Initiation into a recognized honor society or special recognition group is based on demonstrated and sustained achievement and represents the highest recognition available. It is my pleasure to recognize students who have been inducted into these various groups during the 2008-2009 academic year. Would the students who are named this year to Who's Who among students in American junior colleges please stand? Congratulations. Students inducted this year into membership in the Beta Eta chapter of the Alpha Sigma Lambda, the National Evening Honor Society, please stand. Congratulations. Students inducted to the Psi Beta Honor Society for Psychology, please stand. Congratulations. students inducted into Kappa Delta Pi Honor Society, please stand. Congratulations. Students inducted into the Chi chapter of Alpha Beta Gamma National Business Honor Society, please stand. Congratulations. Congratulations to all. Thank you.
As this evening's program concludes, I'd like to invite all award winners and guests to join us for a reception in the courtyard immediately outside the auditorium. And I would also like to take a moment to thank David Close, our pianist, Vaughn Fritz, the vocalist, and Andrew McAvoy, our bagpiper. Thank you. And now I would like Mr. Fritz, our esteemed vocalist, back to the podium to sing the college's alma mater, after which the stage party will proceed from the auditorium. Please rise for the singing of the school song and remain at your seats until the stage party has exited the auditorium. And thank you for coming.
Far beyond Manhattan's clatter stands a hilltop crowned, where a queen, our alma mater, overlooks the sound. Queensborough, Queensborough, we will always sing your praise. Come what may of joy and sorrow, we'll remember college days. Born of city, state, and borough, proud to serve their need, building toward a bright tomorrow for every race and creed. Queensborough, Queensborough, we will always sing your